All right, we're back. Fresh off of
qualifying
for the Europa League knockout stage after a
Europa League
3 or
knockout
4
stage.
thumping of
Top
Bilbao.
of the group after
Got
beating
Lazio at home.
Bilbao.
This episode,
Got Lazio
or
away.
not
Stadio
Lazio away. Napoli at
After
home.
that, we've
Juventus
got
away.
this
So
episode. We have
huge fixtures coming up to help
home
settle
versus
things
Napoli,
out
and
in
then
this first half of
away
the
to
season.
Juventus. So pretty
As
big
you see,
fixtures coming up.
we're comfortably in first, but Napoli,
1 through
Juventus,
6
Inter,
just
Fiorentina, and
separated
Lazio
by
all
very
flip-flop
slightest of
depending
margins.
on
A win
their
by 6
results
place Lazio would move them
for
into second
week. So
maybe third place.
this is
above
a match
Juventus.
where we don't really, as long as we don't
So
lose,
these
I
are
think
just
we'll
some
be okay.
huge fixtures coming up. Let's take a look.
But
Still got the
we
best defensive
definitely,
record, best
definitely want to come out
output
and
as
get
well
3 points
for goals against and goals
if
for. But
possible.
Napoli and
Lazio
Juventus
is
right up
kind
there.
of one of
So
our bogey sides.
we've got
they've been
got
pretty
some
good defensively,
important.
but we'll take a look at their first choice 11. They come out in a 4-1-2-3, or maybe a little bit withdrawn, but they've got some good players in there. Basta, right back, scored against us last year. So we definitely we've got to be on the alert. Drave is a pretty good winger. We come out with our first choice 11, except for Zapata and Eli, obviously for Zuma and Romagnoli, who are banged up right now, but Mkhitaryan's in there, Hakan's in there, Baka leading the line, Berardi, El Shawari. So we've got our big guns ready. We just need them to get in there and fire, to use a bad metaphor. But early, Mkhitaryan playing a little bit of defense, takes the ball off of Lazio and just fires a shot in from pretty far out, but it's a warning shot, so wake up the folks over there in Stadio Olimpico. But he gets in this time again with a little bit of fortunate bounce and just nearly puts that one into the back of the net, but it goes wide, and as you can see, had the keeper beat, but tough to control it. 42nd minute, Lazio with a pretty nice piece of set play off the corner. Basta, that man who scored against us last year, turns the corner, and Sergey with the shot that just Diego Lopez manages to palm out wide. Just pretty good job by Diego. The ball is pretty difficult in terms of visibility as it comes through traffic, but they send the corner in, and Diego Lopez gets taken out. Kind of hoping to see a little bit of a card there, but no card as we go into stoppage time in the first half. El Shawari starting the counter. Mkhitaryan, his shot deflected off of the post and out. Tough to score from that angle. Ideally you want to be dragging it across the keeper, but with that defender right there in his hip pocket, he probably a low shot to the far hand corner probably would have been blocked. But 42nd minute. Abate just taken down by Dave Rue, right outside the box. No argument on my part. I thought it was yellow, well warranted yellow card, but it definitely was outside the box. So we step up, tight angle to be shooting. So we're gonna just try to whip it in there with Berardi, and he floats it up a little bit, and Hakan puts it over the net. Over the goal. Tough shot, but Abate and Keita battling again, and what a save! Diego Lopez has come up with some huge saves as of late when it comes to just headers coming from crosses. That one right at him, he kind of palms it away as a last resort, but good job to help preserve the 0-0 scoreline as De Jong lets in Baka, and probably our best chance, or our last chance of the match, tries to go for that near post again, and Guerrero just blocked it off. And just like that, not much action in this one. Pretty much a pretty tight affair. A lot of defense, a lot of midfield battle going back and forth. 0-0 draw, like I mentioned at the onset of this episode. Not the worst result, getting a draw, especially away. So we'll take it. Both sides seem to be pretty happy as you get a draw and you move on. We'll try to rebound. We've got Napoli and we've got Juventus. As long as we can avoid some losses to these three, I think we'll be okay in the long run. But there's still a lot of season left. We've been hit with the injury bug a little bit right now, so we'll try to manage through it and try to pick up maximum points whenever possible, especially considering the fixtures with Coppa Italia getting ready to start, and with the knockout stage of the Europa League, which is one more added round as opposed to the Champions League. So Take a look at the man of the match. Diego Lopez for me was my man of the match. We had more shots off, but quality of the shots was a little bit lacking. As you see, Napoli draws, Roma wins. So we're gonna get take a look at the February calendars. You see, we did draw Olympiacos in the league, but look at those fixtures. I mean, just 2 matches a week for 3 weeks in a row. Tough, but we're back home during the sunshine, or in the sunshine during the daytime at the San Siro. Just a beautiful stadium. You see the Milan logo. Just well done by our supporters. Napoli comes into this one sitting second, 7 points behind us, 8 in goal difference, 2 losses, 4 draws, and 9 wins for them, 12-2-1 for us. Mark Hemsick, the captain, Maggio, Pugliabi, Zuniga, Cadori, of course Pepito up top as you take a look. Rossi leading the league, but there's Bacca, 8th. Or sitting at 5th with 8 goals, so not too bad. He's banging them in a little bit, definitely having a better season than last year, where he kind of struggled a little bit, but as he has for the most part, he's getting the nod up top. Back El Shawari, Berardi, Hakan, Bertolacci comes in for Dijon, Mkhitaryan, and then the back 5 is pretty much the same. So we're throwing out a very attacking lineup, especially after not scoring the last match. But here's the Napoli lineup. Pepe Reina's on the bench, Abiola's on the bench. So Higuain, Gabbiadini, who scored against us last year, Insigne, Allen, Cadori, Hamzik, Churches, Pugliabi, Zuniga, and Duhar in goal. So Zuniga at right back, they've got some big names. One of the more exciting sides in Italy. So we're gonna have to do our best. I put in Bertolacci instead of Dijon so we can get a little more attacking, like I mentioned. But he's gonna have to. Him and Mkhitaryan are gonna have to do a job also in front of that back four, especially kind of protecting Yeli, he can get caught out from time to time with his little bit lack of pace. But the youngsters playing pretty well. So we'll try to manage, but very early, Insigne throws in a dangerous cross. Bertolacci clears it, but goes right down deflected to Allen, and Allen off the post. Ellie hands in disgust off the post into the back of the net, and just a dream start for Napoli. Not the best start for us. This year getting down is not much of a, you see, very unfortunate. It actually comes off with Ellie, but they're probably going to be on target anyways. But Lopez does a pretty decent job of trying to get out there. But we've got some more firepower this year, so we can hopefully strike back. You see Hakan playing in Bacca, gets a little bit of a fortunate touch, fights off the defender, pulls it back a little bit, takes his time. They don't close down, and his pass goes right to Bertolacci, who just buries it right into the back of the net on his strong foot. 1-1 equalizer, and we're right back in it. So good job by us of responding to the early goal. We didn't hang our heads. We just fought back, and just no chance for Andujar. I mean, look at the power, the placement. So 1-1. We're back on it. Sending across. Andujar does a great job, but unfortunately, Ellie takes another knock. We'll check him out after the game, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. As you see, Gabbiadini hits the post with a left-footed shot from pretty far out on top of the box, but it sounds like or it feels like it's going to be one of those games. But Bacca with a great chance, good ball in by DeSiglio, and we're throwing out a lot of options. But El Shawari on the break leads Bacca and just leads him a little bit too far. The angle is just too unkind and off the post. And like that, you don't capitalize on your chances. You open it up, and a clinical finisher like Pepito will take that chance. Even though we outplayed him in the first half, we did give up that early goal. That was a little bit unfortunate. We find ourselves down, as you see the traveling fans are up in arms, made the trip from South Italy, from Naples. But look at the shot, the turn, just beautiful placement. Beats Diego Lopez to the near post. He was moving a little bit to his left, kind of anticipating on his left foot, maybe a shot across goal. But striker that quality, he's going to be able to pick his spots. But second half, DeSiglio making his run forward, cuts it inside, and curls it into the back of the net. DeSiglio with his first goal. Like I've mentioned probably numerous times now, you're probably sick of hearing it, but he's in a little bit of a contract dispute, and goals like this are going to help his cause. I mean, he can play both sides, left and back. He is relatively young, he's 24. Bate's getting up there. Bate's still got a ton of pace to burn, but you know, what I'm interested in decision is 61st minute, Bacca, top of the box. They kind of back off him a little bit, and his shot's deflected. Zuniga, oh, Berardi, right place, right time for the kid who's been struggling a little bit, struggling to find goals, to find his form. He's actually got a couple of some of his ratings have actually gone down from his early season injury. But you take a look at that, and just a little bit unfortunate. You know, Lady Luck was on their side earlier. It's on our side now. It falls directly to him, and Duhart is kind of rushing out a little bit to try to claim the 50-50 ball in the box, and Berardi pounces on it and just puts it into the back of the net for, I believe, his second goal of the season. As you see, you know, just that pace that we were talking about before. Insigne gets in behind him, but just takes a terrible shot way too early on his weak foot, and you know, probably their last chance of the game. Churchy, who's on as a late sub, beats his defender and then just passes it right back to Bertolacci, who does a great job of digging it out. And 4 goals to the good, 4-2, all 3 points wrapped up. Just a great response to come back from that 0-0 away to Lazio. You know, we responded strong. We haven't been scoring too many goals as of late. We get 4 in this match, and we will take that any day of the week. Don't like giving up 2, but you know, what can you do? But 4-2, all 3 points at home. Good showing. Diego Lopez is fired up. I'm fired up. The Milan faithful are fired up. So you know, we did a good job. 2 shots. Bertolacci, man of the match. He's got so much energy. He makes those runs from midfield. You know, he can dribble past people. He's pretty decent in the tackle. One of my favorite players so far this career mode is he can just do it all. Kind of reminds me of when I had DeMarcos over there at Bilbao in FIFA 14. Just a good player. I think he even played left back for me for a little bit one episode, Bertolacci. But look at that. I mean, they actually outshot us, had more possession, but we just took some very good shots. A 9.5 rating for Bertolacci, just phenomenal. You know, we'll probably keep all things the same except for obviously Ellie in terms of lineup, except for Ellie, who did get banged up in this one. So we'll see what we can do. You know, versus Juventus, they've got some good players. I mean, well, not good players. I mean, they've got some great players in their lineup. They definitely strengthened it. I think they brought in David Luiz and they get Alaba like they always do. So we'll go ahead and we'll advance this one. We did have the early match this week, so we don't get to see some of the results. But we'll take a look at the inbox. As you can see, Milan concern over at Ellie. We'll do a little bit of training. I've been simulating most of my training. I do go ahead and train up some of the youngsters. So Ryan Toller, who's our 17-year-old keeper that might be one of the guys to look forward to in the future. But as you can see, we lose Ellie for 3 weeks. Not the worst as we come up maybe on a little bit of the winter break, but at the same time, we still, you know, it's still not good. I mean, we only have 1 healthy center back for 2 if you count Sinic on our team. But take a look at the youth squad. We've got a bunch of players down there. No one really. Let's take a look at Del Forte. I was thinking about whether or not to release him. I mean, 41 and 16. Just unless he jumps up big time next time, you know, we'll probably be letting him go. But we just, you know, we don't have any of those kids. Maybe Lehner 60. Overall, I think Balzano's pretty good. Luca, I think he's like a high 50s or 62 as a 15-year-old. So obviously right now the studs of our academy class are definitely the keepers. One taller, and then on the bottom, Simone Mamarella. So 69 overall for him. So you know, he'd definitely probably be our 3rd keeper next year. Maybe even try to get him some experience. Secura's not bad. You know, got some green stats. Playmaker, Brazilian, play in the middle of the pitch. As you can see right there, 62 overall. So we'll probably be calling both of them up, sending one of them out on loan. As we probably let go of Agazzi, who's our 3rd string this year. So we got some options. We got a couple of kids in there. No one really in the attack that we'd like to bring up and that can be, a squad player. And unfortunately, no defenders. I was hoping that we'd have a defender back there that I could call up and kind of ride out this little wave while folks are healing up. But unfortunately, none of those kids were good enough to make that call. But anyway, we're back. The last match of this episode, away to Juventus, the old lady. I mean, look at this stadium. Beautiful, very well done. New stadium for them. I think this is their second year playing in it. Scoreboard technology. Sitting in fifth, 12 points. So we built a little cushion. They only got 9 plus 9 goal difference. So just like in real life, they struggled out the gates a little bit, but they're still dangerous. I mean, look at that. Khedira, Pogba, Correa, just all types of just players that are just world class, just good enough to play on pretty much any team. I always take a look at starting lineups, and when I compare strengths, I take a look to see who would start on my team or what one of my players would start on their team. But no Dybala in the lineup, but Morata, Mandzukic, Correa, Marquisio, Khedira, Pogba, Chiellini, David Luiz, Alaba, Lichtsteiner, and of course Gianluigi Buffon, the Italian legend, in goal. As you see, look at the Milan faithful. We're kind of nestled in that far right-hand corner, but we went with the same exact lineup as last match, except for we've got Nigel de Jong back there in defense. So hopefully we don't get him paired up in the air against Mandzukic. If we can get him, to kind of play that Mascherano role of just being pretty good and moving starting the attack and just sound positionally. Good in the tackle, strong, not afraid. But early, Pogba just sending out warning shots as he takes this one pretty far. And, he's the player to watch for them. He's got license to get forward, strong in the attack. But look, a nice little 1-2 with Correa, lays it off for Pogba. And Pogba, again, this time, goes for a little bit of finesse directly at him. But that's 2 shots early within the first 5 minutes or 6 minutes for them. But, we kind of respond back with Bacca making his run, and off the post. I mean, how many times have we hit the post in the last 3-4 episodes? I mean, just all the time. But good start to the game. Fans are getting some exciting action as we play in. And there's Hakan, and Hakan just finds some space in there. And I mean, he's probably been our player of the season so far. I mean, when he's not banging in free kicks, he's been banging them in from open play. And hugs Abate. David Luiz is just stuck to his seat. We all know David Luiz, especially being a Chelsea fan, has moments of or times where you just think, what the hell is he thinking? But that one wasn't 100% on him. He was kind of holding back his run there in the box, and the left back Alaba was kind of drawn out a little bit. So Hakan did a great job of recognizing space. And then, of course, the finish, 7 goals this year in Serie A, the second behind Bacca. So, he's playing very well. But they're right back on the attack, Correa, and look at this shot by Paul Pogba. It's almost like a scoop turn shot. Gave him a little bit of space in the box, and I mean, he just punishes us. So, just like that, we were on the front foot, feeling good about ourselves. And unfortunately, in this league, against opposition like Juventus, shit can turn bad in a hurry, and it does, and beats Diego Lopez and equalizes it early. First half, still a lot of time to go, but just look at that strike, just sweet strike. I mean, Diego Lopez does a great job of getting big and trying to get out there and block it, but no hope. But 38th minute, Shawari, a little bit of space, and for some reason, Bacca lets it run, and it goes right through his legs. And 45th minute, they do Mandzukic does a great job to make something out of nothing from a free kick from way out. I mean, just gets up, gets a good head on it, and brings out a quality save from Diego Lopez. They do win a corner. Pogba's out there to whip it in. They go for that short one again, kind of like Napoli, and nearly Marquisio with a header. Let's take a look. Just a great header, good finesse on it. 3 guys. I mean, I love the reaction by our guys. I mean, 3 guys. You know how important this match is. 3 guys were just sitting there waiting to try to stop it. But Mkhitaryan, some space and directly at the keeper. But it's good. We're asking questions. 71st minute. A little bit of play. Backa sends in Hakan, and Hakan, oh, should have been doing better right there. I mean, he did have a man on him, but he was able to get a shot off, and unfortunately drags a little bit of wide. But we're back. Berardi around Luis, who was trying to not give up the penalty in case it hits his hand, and Mkhitaryan with just too much power for Buffon, and his shot deflected and goes directly into the back of the net. A little unfortunate. Buffon, maybe his hands aren't as strong as they used to be, but if you take a look, Berardi does a great job, and just maybe Buffon could have been getting a little bit bigger, but it's kind of rough, kind of tough on him. Also, I mean, not much he could do. Not many keepers in the world are keeping that one out, but. In the stoppage time, all we got to do is hold on. We get an important 3 points. We beat Juventus the last time, so this could be 2 wins in a row. But look at the footwork by David Luiz. He is one of the better center backs in the world when it comes to going forward. And look at the 1-2 passing. And Dybala, who's on, brings out a world-class save from Diego Lopez as they just try to steal a point late. And Zapata recognizes, hey, big-time save there. They do win a corner. They whip it in. Siglio clears it. Mkhitaryan off to the races, and just like that, it is over. 3 points away to the old lady in Turin, going back home to Milan with all 3 in the bag. Just a good episode for us. 3 matches, 7 points, but just versus top-notch quality, as you see. Just mutual respect from both sides. David Luiz and Mkhitaryan talking. De Jong and Pogba, game recognized game. I mean, just a lot of just big name players, and probably the biggest match right now in Italy. When it comes to talent. So great to come away from that one with all 3 points and just keeping our lead intact and even building on it a little bit. As good to put a little bit of separation between us when you play some of these teams that are near you at the top of the table. So now we've just got to do a good job of concentrating and not dropping points against some of these lesser sides, which we've been known to do in the past as fixtures and injuries start piling up. But we're right now, all is looking well for the league, and we should. I mean, I really thought at the beginning of the year, I thought we had the quality, the talent. Once we brought in guys like Juventus, Mkhitaryan, a little bit of depth. I thought we had the talent in the squad to challenge for the title, especially as some of the clubs like Roma and I think who else, maybe Fiorentina, shipped off some of their better players. So good episode for us as we take a look at some of the extended highlights, and you see that Mkhitaryan match winner again, and we're happy. We're sitting pretty, looking good in the green. As you see, Hakan did get a yellow late in this one for stopping the breakaway, clinical foul. Maybe a sign of maturity, to be honest. But there's that last save by Diego Lopez. I mean, look at that. The thing was heading into the top corner. Dybala on his left foot. Just a really good game by us as Diego Lopez. 8.8, man of the match. Continues just to be a rock for us in between the sticks. So we'll call it quits for this episode and catch you guys on the rebound.